in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
Yeah, I really did love her,
I'm
huh?
surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
God, why is everything fucking locked? That's a big ass rat.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Man, fuck this dude, man. Like, seriously, this guy is just...
Still just
I'm
as
sorry, am I supposed to
creepy
be
as I
afraid
remember.
of the wine cellar? Nothing down here. Except the rats.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer.
Oh, I remember doing that in the old
Before I knew what was
games.
happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
I do think that, Lord Croft had a bit of
Poor
a
Winston. I remember being so angry.
bit of emotional
He was always
breakdown
so
after his
patient.
wife's death, huh? Some objects can be moved. Thank you, game, for pointing out the obvious.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Well, based on what we've heard so far and what we saw in the base game, Homie definitely needed the help. He needed a break.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Well, we know what she chose.
King to Queen 1. We're going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to
No,
King's
Lord, maybe if
bishop
you use the
6.
handle, you might get some progress going.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him.
I am terrible at chess. What's the secret here?
I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Alright, game, there a crowbar down here? God, I really can't remember what I was gonna try to say earlier. Like, it's the memories, like, or the thought of it completely escaped my mind.
Dad, this is it. The basement of
But,
despair.
Indeed, Lara. Master your courage.
Hello, Anubis.
This is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there. See the string?
Ancient Egyptian tripwire. The keepers of knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you.
Oh,
do
right,
better
next
than that,
playthrough. I've come up with I've come to the decision that I'll be playing Arkham City next. It's been a while since I played Arkham Asylum.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
Alright, so it's been a while since we played Arkham Asylum, so we'll be playing Arkham City next. And what the fuck else was there? I really can't remember. Something about it was okay. So I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but I'll be making a return to streaming in the very near future. I have a Twitch account which I used to use a lot more than I have been lately.
Water damage.
But I had to
made
stop
all
because
above.
I just didn't have the time. I just didn't have the time to
One
stream.
of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
Yeah, I used to stream a lot. Very, very early in my I guess YouTube career. I would stream and record at the same time and just, upload the streams. But I stopped doing that because I just didn't have time to keep streaming. I'm going to go back and try to get back into it. It's going to have to be... It's going to be a bit of a struggle, probably, considering how sporadic and unpredictable my work weeks can be. And I do know it's probably going to be quite a headache to try and fit in streaming and recording at the same time. But I'm going to give it a try. Have a planned start. I plan to get back into it at around the beginning of April. The second week of April, I do believe, because I'm going to be very, very busy the first week of April. Hello, Anubis.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
So, like I was saying, yeah, so look out for that. It's going to happen eventually. I'm going to be uploading the schedule to Twitter eventually. Once I have an idea of what days I can stream. What is this?
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights.
Where's 2?
There's a missing page.
Yeah. Where's page 2?
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met, I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Then stop recording. Like, if in that situation, I would not even bother, like, recording. I would just go right after her, man.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere.
I am
Hopefully it has the
exceptionally
combination to the
grateful
safe.
that in my long relationship with my wife, we have never had
a clever little map for Lara's birthday
a
expedition. I used
serious
the invisible ink
argument.
Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Please don't tell me that's relevant later on. That just sounds annoying.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Oh, don't make this relevant.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Aw.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
He always hid sweets for me to find.
Laura. Something cakes next to William Blake. I could not figure out what that word said.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
Oh, what have we here?
This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers.
That is an adorable tiger.
Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
There's so much shit around here, Jesus.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Expedition treasure, favorite painting, wedding anniversary.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here. This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
It's from one of the games, isn't it?
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
If it fell off, then that should have gone. Locked. Yep. Missing the key, of course.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
Okay. So I can only assume how that went. What have we here? Crowbar?
Dad's lighter.
Lighter.
I don't remember him ever using it though.
Oh, that does come back. Shit. Need to reveal secret shit now.
Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now. Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
You've taken quite a few more tumbles since then, Lara. Arguably a lot worse than this. What if that was just like an instant kill? Just falling, jumping off of that just killed you instantly. This is a big-ass library.
Blank, except for the image of a key. I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire.
Why do I need the
I stashed one
fireplace?
of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid. This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace higher.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Okay, fireplace lit.
This should help me read the map. I can see the map. Looks like the key.
You be like bubble tea, you're like a summer breeze under trees. When I'm around you, all of my troubles leave. I'm at ease, I don't know how to tell you this what you mean to me. Why you mean to me, playing with my heart, you bees, honey. Sweeter than a dessert, yeah, take a bite and my teeth hurt. Your features, you a keeper, taking lives, you the reaper. You're taking control, I wanna make you my own. You're always on my mind, with you I'm safe and at home. Like, it's like I'm filled up with coffee, you keep me up late, yeah. You just a little bit cocky, that's in the best way.